Hi, it's Empress Rose, and welcome to our collective reading. Take what works, leave what doesn't. And likes, comments, subscribes, all of that. Very helpful, of course. This age of the algorithm. All right, we're starting off with Moonology here. 2, 3. Ooh. This is really a great card, given just the meditation, the preparations I was having, the things that came up as I was preparing to do this reading. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. So it's not impossible, it's just very rare. So believe in the impossible. I want to say there's Sasquatch involvement here. Our Sasquatch gets sad when we don't believe in the impossible. So that's in reference to a card for those of you who are new here and haven't seen the Sasquatch card come in. That's the card. So believe in the impossible, blue moon, something unusual. It can happen. Very unusual things are happening every day. So it can happen. Oh, work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So heading into something, I feel like with this blue moon, backing up, I feel like with this blue moon, it could be a repeat of something, right? Because that's what a blue moon is. It's 2 full moons in 1 calendar month. So there's something about that, believing the impossible, and something coming up again or happening again. You know, lightning only strikes once, but in this case, lightning's gonna strike twice, is what it wants us to at least open up our minds to and believe is possible. So work through your fears. Going into the unknown, of course, there are fears. We all have a little bit of hesitancy about the unknown. It is the unknown, and we know that unknown can hold a lot of surprises, both good and bad. And so we tend to get a little gun shy, I guess, around the unknown. For some reason, I'm seeing an anglerfish come in here. I'm seeing like that deep, dark ocean, and then the anglerfish, and he's got his little light right out here. It's sort of, the anglerfish is like the hermit card, right, of the deep ocean. So I guess maybe too, I'm seeing that with the scorpion here, with the tail up here is sort of up, but just move it a little forward and it's actually a light that's guiding you through some darkness, through some unknown territory. Don't be afraid, or try not to be, or try not to let your fears guide you and carry you away. Work through them, look at them. What are you afraid of here? Exactly. Write it down. Look at it in the cold light of day, what these fears are, especially fears that generally come up at night. When we're sleeping, our subconscious, our conscious mind, the controller goes to bed, right? So now our subconscious mind can just run amok with everything, and sometimes we can wake up, at least I do, with subconscious fears suddenly up in my face, and because I wasn't in charge of what my mind was doing while I was asleep. I wasn't in charge of it. So the mind can go some really dark places and interesting places. So, maybe bring some of those fears into the cold light of day, write them down, put them on paper, in black and white. What are these fears? What are they? Look at them. What's that phrase? All your subconscious issues are going to control it. Who said that? Is it Freud? I don't know. But subconscious issues can control you and can guide and direct your life without you realizing it. And you might just be like, oh, it just always happens this way, or this is just the way my life is. And it's like, well, take a deeper look at that. So I feel like it's taking a deeper look at what exactly are you afraid of. Now, what this has to do with believing in the impossible, we're not there yet, I don't think. So conclusions are within reach. All right, the ending is nigh. The end is nigh. Some sort of impossible ending, maybe, or something, knowledge you're gonna know. It's like, I feel like sometimes this can be putting shutting the door on the past. This looks like a jail cell door to me, or something like that, and then shunk. The conclusion, the final say, the final word. You may be very surprised by this. But some sort of, I want to say a truth might be coming out there, or just knowing. You just know that there's a level of certainty that maybe you weren't expecting. And maybe an ending, maybe there's been an ending you've been reaching for a while. You didn't think this would ever come to an end. And I think before it comes to an end, there's a sense of wanting to understand the situation, understand where you are. Really, if, like, not everything has a lesson. Like, sometimes things just happen, and it's hard to discern what was a lesson with something for you to learn in it, and hard to discern of, like, well, that person was just a jerk and there's nothing more to be said about it, you know? So it's hard to figure out sometimes, I think, what's a lesson to be learned, and you can take something from this going forward and just like, ugh, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. What are you going to do about it? So where is it going with that? Oh, like working through your fears. I think maybe you have some fears about something ending. You have fears about something unusual happening. You have fears about fears about an ending. And I think working through those might help you not repeat a scenario. Like, is there a lesson to be learned? Or maybe there is, maybe there isn't. That's what I was trying to say. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But for some of you, there is something where, you know, just to prevent you from repeating the same lesson over again, just work through some stuff. Do a bit of a deep dive on what something that's coming to a close has meant to you. Is there a way to prevent it or not? I don't know, but working through that. Oh my gosh. Whew. Holy moly, battle. This guy again, huh? It could be a fight that you've had for, maybe with this conclusions within reach, it kind of seems like some sort of argument or disagreement may be coming to an end, maybe an inner battle, some sort of battle may be coming to an end. This may also be what you're afraid of, is all-out war here. But it's not two people. It's just two. Like, everyone else is kind of chilling out and hands off, like, I didn't touch that ball. I'm not fighting for that. That's not my jam. But there's two scrapping. So I'm not sure you are, I'm not sure where you are. I'm not sure if you're an observer to this battle, to this fight, or a audience member cheering something on or booing something. That's kind of what online can kind of feel like. And right, these are all online, like cheering and booing and watching of the battle royale online, and putting your likes and your laughy faces and your angry faces and your hearts and picking sides. So conclusions are within reach with some sort of fight, some sort of battle. Or maybe the conclusion is that you are going to go to war. You are going to fight. All right, communication. So an argument. Communication here, letting people know your needs. And maybe one of your fears is that if you let someone know your needs, you're going to have a fight or an argument. It's going to instigate something. If you let somebody know, hey, I don't like this. Hey, this isn't working for me. I need something else. I need this, right? And then we have this sort of menacing knife right here. It can be very, very upsetting to communicate, to be vulnerable, to share what you need. Someone might not like it. It's almost like this, right? We've got the rose here. We've got this battle going on. I don't see a knife in the battle, but we do have the same rose here. Oh, but you're seeing someone like preparing something. Preparations are underway and you're reaching out. You're saying, hey, can I help? Hey, can I have some? I think it's more like, hey, can I have some? So somebody's needs, and I think you might be worried maybe that someone may come to you with a need, may come to you, and it's going to be difficult. I could see you as being on both sides of this, as someone saying, hey, I need this. Like, this is the metaphor that's coming to mind. It's like, you won the lottery, and now here comes everybody with their bowls out, needing stuff and wanting something from you. And if you say no, it's going to be a big fight. Well, you have so much, and why should you? And so working through your fears about maybe some good fortune, maybe something happening, and people coming after you, either verbally, either online, or just, and it has to do with somebody's needs, and it might be their needs, and it might be something that somebody needs, and there could be some worries that something around a need could erupt in a very unpleasant way. And then we have protection. This is the third week in a row, protection. So if you need to know that you are protected, you are. Okay, this is 3 weeks in a row. I mean, I'm going to have to switch decks in order to stop getting this card, because protection, I mean, well, one of them was from a different deck, but still, it had the word protection, and there was an egg, protecting the future. You are protecting the future. You are protecting something. And maybe you need to communicate that, like, hey, I'm protecting something. A battle, I mean, well, the battle is like trying to protect yourself, trying to protect the future. And here's this fight maybe over the future too. Protection. Maybe someone's going to jail, like, and you never thought they would. You never thought this day would happen, but you are protected. Something is under protection, and someone's going to fight to protect this. Interesting. So there's these worries, these fears, right? And then we're being very protective, almost overprotective of something here. But something is coming to an end. There's going to be some communication around it that could be very volatile, but it's all about protection, protecting something that you love and care about, maybe protecting a relationship, protecting someone. With this egg here, it almost seems like a young person. But there could be some fears about a big battle or a big conflict around communication. But believe in the impossible, which it seems like a very positive card. Believe in the impossible, something happening again, such as getting this card 2 weeks in a row, and then the concept of the card 3 weeks in a row, right? I said twice in a month, and we have the same card twice in a month. So that's really fascinating. Maybe some sort of miracle, or your role somewhere is protected. You are protected. Anyway, something's coming to an end. And I feel like there's some trust there. And fears about communication turning into a battle, and maybe even protecting some sort of experience from that battle, right? Or a relationship. All right, I'm going to take out these goddesses, and they're going to lay down a foundation for our tarot. This goddess is the energy in your environment. I've only ever seen this word. I've never heard her name pronounced. Wiripranili. It's an Aboriginal goddess about days, routines, direction, focus, like just heading in a direction and doing the routine that gets you there, right? After my hip surgery, I'm doing physical therapy. So that is a daily routine that is hopefully going to get me somewhere. It is already. It's very effective. So something like that in your environment. Maybe the battle is for like a highly competitive and contested job title. All right, and then the goddess that you are embodying. We got Venus in the clamshell, romance. That's you. Whew, you're romantic. Okay, I'm moving on to the Golden Tarot. An oldie but goodie, literally. This is collage art from Renaissance art. So Golden Tarot by Cat Black. So, and it's also one of my oldest decks. So from the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, exciting news. Somebody beginning a creative process, someone setting out on an adventure with unexpected a little bit unexpected. So this is sort of the foundation of what we're talking about here. Someone's setting out on an adventure. There may have been something unexpected around this, some sort of surprise news, surprise information. It could be a creative project that someone's working on. There's always a surprising element with Page of Wands, and then there's just someone starting and beginning a project. They're new to the project. It might have surprised you, right? It's always so interesting and fun when someone you've known is like, hey, I'm going to do this thing. And you're like, that is random for you. I did not know. And then you find out like, oh, actually, I've been involved in, the Audubon Society for 15 years. And I'm going on this bird watching trip to Argentina. And you're like, I didn't know you wanted, what? So something like that, where maybe you were taken aback, taken off guard. Like, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know that was your thing. It just never came up. Or, your relationship's about something else. You work with them and you didn't know, that was their jam. So, something like a surprising little journey someone's going on that kind of maybe there's this element of surprise here, I guess, is what I'm really seeing, and a message of surprise. So, past, present, inner landscape, what's at issue, environment, to-do list, and possible outcome. Wow. Okay. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my gosh. Ace, ace, ace. 3 aces. Oh, talk about a beginning. Oh my gosh. And maybe a surprising beginning with this Page of Wands with surprising news. And I'm sitting here surprised with 3 aces on the table. And you know what else? You know what I love about this deck? This deck has a little book with like some lesser known, harder to remember ideas on tarot, and I love it. So it's actually the book. I would have paused this and gone and gotten this book. And except I have it right here. So aces, 3 aces indicate money and success. All right. Okay. 3 aces, money and success. So money and success, and it seems like a new endeavor. This is beautiful. And then major arcana, we've got 3 major arcana and 2 people. None of them having reached a level of mastery. So if there is communication, it is going to be challenging, I think. But I love this. And perhaps this is why you're having a battle royale, or you're worried about a battle royale if you were to tell anybody something or do anything like that, because success in business is all over the table here. So, so maybe you're getting some news about some surprising success. So in the recent past, the devil, I want to say she devil, but I think, I don't know why, she devil, but it's some sort of trapped, stuck. Maybe you felt stuck in a job. Maybe you felt stuck somewhere. This sense of being trapped and not being able to move forward with something, and maybe stuck in a financial situation, trapped in debt. You might have had some experiences with that. Which I believe it does come to most people's lifetime at some point. So trapped somewhere. And I just want to say, it really feels like trapped in debt of some kind, indebted to something. It was so easy to spend that money or forget about that bill. And then what happens? Now we're stuck, and now we're paying huge amounts of interest and fees on everything, and it's all compounding and rolling away. That's what I want to say. You could also be stuck in a job. I mean, I'm going to take this now as like a business reading, I guess, because of the 3 aces here. So, and love and business can combine. They do when we are legally married and getting legally divorced. So that could also be trapped in a legal agreement with someone that is overall to your detriment. I want to say made a deal with the devil, a soul contract that just didn't end up panning out for you. You really wanted to do something, you got into it, and now, like marriage contracts, all of that, you really want to do something, you want to get into it, and now it's just, the cost of getting out is pretty darn high. But that's what a deal with the devil is something that you really want, you want to go there, and you almost just kind of forget or block out the bad news, block out the warnings, block out all of this stuff, so that you can get where you want to go. So, and then you have to pay the price later. So it is some sort of indebtedness. And sometimes I just want to say, sometimes this addiction can come in here too, some sort of addiction that you've struggled with or has had an effect on your life, whether it was you struggling or somebody else struggling. And that, like, especially like chemical addictions, we have fun today and pay later, right? So, and then maybe keep kicking the can down the road because the price just gets higher and higher and higher for getting out of an addiction the longer you go down it. So some kind of road you went down, it was giving you something you wanted for a while, and then now you've realized the price was a bit too high. So current situation, Knight of Coins. It looks like there's a plan afoot. We have a plan. We're not talking about it, really, and that could be part of the fears, part of something not talking about a plan, like perhaps you have a plan to get out of debt. Perhaps you have a plan to get a new job. Perhaps you have a plan, to get out of this high interest, whether it be emotional interest, health interest, or financial interest, or even time. You have a plan to get out of this situation. You're going to have to pay a very high interest rate, I think, for whatever it is you've invested. Your poor investment is gonna have to, or poor lack of investment or something. Like it's got a high price, but there's a plan to get out of it. We have a plan. We may not be discussing the plan, we may not be talking about it, but we are thinking about the next step. And I love how the coins, both the Queen and the Knight, are thinking about the next step. Now the Queen's a little further along in the process and actually has the plan. The Knight, I think, is formulating the plan, doesn't want to move too fast. And most of our Knights are about communication, about moving quickly. But this one isn't. This one's the opposite and runs. The rest of them are running this way, and this one's just kind of, I want to say he's running that way, but he's not. He's just stand still. I mean, I guess that's really good. Like, when you're in a hole, what do? The first thing you should do is stop digging, right? And so just stop digging and then start thinking. Like, this is definitely the think first and act later. Like, get the plan, put the pieces in place, make your calculations. What are you going to plant where? Like, he's a farmer. This is a Knight turned farmer here. And what's he going to plant where? Preparations underway, and maybe a pause. Thinking about how he's going to make money, or how he's going to pay the interest on this devil. And then we have Ace of Wands, your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape. You're hoping for a good idea. I think something inspired. You want to be inspired by something. Like, you might be planning something, trying to figure out something, and you're kind of like, and you want to be inspired. You're like the guy with the Four of Cups, and he's sitting there with his arms crossed, doesn't like any of the cups he's had before. You're really looking for that next cup, that next move. You want it to have some sort of inspiring aspect, maybe even a creative aspect, something. You would like this to be really inspiring, really creative, and you're looking for it. You want it. Maybe you want a new project, right? We've finished the old one. We need a new one. You're looking for a new project. And maybe you've heard of one and you're like, oh, I want that to be my new project too. And you're looking for your new project, perhaps inspired by someone else's new project or someone else's surprising news. What's the issue? Wheel of Fortune, no such luck. This is not, I don't know much about the astrology. I follow my astrologers, but I don't memorize anything they're saying. So, but this is, the wheel is not turned. It's not time yet. Oh no. Ugh, we've had this message so many times lately. It's not time yet. The wheel's not turning. The luck isn't changing. It can still be somewhat lucky. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is a great card typically, and has really great things happening in it and turning in it. But the Wheel of Fortune reverse can either be like medium luck or like not. This just isn't, it's not turning. Nothing's turning yet. The wheels of fate are jammed, or in a jammed position now. Now that doesn't mean anything's wrong. That just means they're not turning. The wheels are not turning. So you're looking for your win. You're looking for your new idea. You're on the hunt for something new, for some inspired new idea, either for like a work of art or a new spiritual practice that can bring you out of the blahs and help you level up out of this devil energy. But it's not, nothing's turning right now. It's not. It's like you might be looking for a job, but nobody's hiring. And the ones that are hiring, you do not want to work for. So it's just your lucky break has not shown up yet. You may be watching someone else have their lucky break, and you're like, what? I want your planet placements. Not right. You do, but you don't, right? So, all right. In your environment, you have the Ace of Coins. I love this because the sun is showing up like a coin. This Ace of Coins has a punch through here. In your environment, there's an opportunity that is open. That is open. Is opening up. You're beginning the beginning of a real journey. And this is somebody else. And this could be this Page of Wands. This is somebody else. This is something around you where there is an opening. There is, maybe you're not excited about that opening, but there is an opening. There's a routine, regular, I want to say job or situation for a routine. It's a new routine. It's a new routine that is available or in your environment. It's real, it's physical. It could be a new job, but the job is very jobby. It's very job, like with this routine here, it's very, very much a job. It's a widget job. But it does pay, it's practical. It's a very practical, real thing. That's what the two things, and clear. There's nothing, but it's a new thing. It's a new thing, but it does have routine. It's got direction. I mean, we were Pranili, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I've never heard it pronounced. So we've got Australia, we've got a kangaroo with a joey. There's some spiritual practice. It's daily practice and heading in a direction. And we have Ace of Coins, very practical. So really practical practice that goes somewhere or has potential to go somewhere. So there's something with a lot of potential here, but it has to do with routines. It's a routine with a potential. And it's an opening. There's an opening in reality. There's an opening happening. And your to-do list is, we've got an inappropriate Venus here. Inappropriate for YouTube, Venus, because apparently mammals with mammary glands on their bodies are something that need to be hidden. We don't need to hide the other aspects of being a mammal, like hair, but here we are. Here we are in this very strange culture. And that I did not ask to be born into. I just want to repeat that and put that on record. I did not ask for this culture. It's not the one I would have picked. Well, apparently my soul picked that one, but me today is not having it. So Ace of Swords, communication about love. Tell somebody you love them. Now what? It's a new enterprise, and maybe someone else has started a new enterprise, and you need to communicate your love for it, your appreciation for it. Someone else may have gotten some surprising news about a job or something, or a new routine, and you need to show them that you care. Say something. There's also this real clarity coming in around love and romance. And it's interesting to have this Venus card right in the middle here, of what is otherwise this prosperity or work money reading, right? But tell someone you love them and be really clear, be very clear. Do not leave anything out or not. Right, this sword is like clarity, starting a conversation with someone you really care about or with something that you really care about in love. Like, so starting this conversation, the beginning of a conversation, or thinking about what you love, thinking about what turns you on, thinking about starting a thought process about love and affection, maybe a conversation, the beginning of that process. And then our final card here of the spread, strength. Wait, I saw this earlier today. I saw this strength card during a different reading. I'm going to go grab it. You guys, it's Lakshmi. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. And that, right, so they're both with these lions here. It just reminded me of this card I saw in a reading earlier today. Lakshmi. Nectar, prosperity, benevolence. So, strength, having some inner strength, some inner fortitude, sticking with something. Strength is our don't give up now card. Do not give up now card. And this Venus, like beauty, love, a new way of thinking about something, a new way of thinking about love, a new way of thinking about what you love. A new way of thinking about love. Yeah, that's since I paused and went on and, you know, just my brain shifted a little bit and I'm seeing it in a different way now, which is exactly what this card is. A pause, seeing something in a different way, new ideas about what you love, new ideas about love coming in here, affection and love. And that's you. So I would say you're maybe like, and this also identifies with Venus rules. Actually, I have the Mayan, well, because I used to live in Mexico and a Mayan friend tattooed me. I think that's Venus. Anyway, a little aside there. Anyway, this new experience of love and what you love, and Venus, the ruler of Taurus and Libra. So there could be some Taurus Libra stuff. But anyway, some new ideas about who you love, what you love, about love in general, and maybe even, you know, work that you love, but just some clarity coming in around that perhaps. And that's you. And I think you're bringing that clarity forward in communication with other people. You're communicating about love. And then this Lakshmi, I don't know, I wouldn't have connected Lakshmi with strength except for this card and the 3 aces here. So this abundance and strength and staying with something and being very strong, sticking with it. Right, because the Wheel of Fortune isn't turning yet. Doesn't mean it's never going to. It's just a little jammed right now in the situation. But you have to be strong. I mean, especially when we're dealing with the devil, I think that this past energy could be very sticky for you. Very sticky for you to get away from and to emerge from and to gain freedom from. And these strength cards, for sure. Strength in freeing yourself from some sort of devil energy. I think also with this Page of Wands and someone else maybe getting a new job and a new routine, this could be jealousy. You could be experiencing, because you want that. You want something and you could be experiencing some jealousy. So you're going to have to be really strong and firm with yourself, with your inner demons or your inner dragons. I heard that phrase recently and I really loved it. With your inner dragons, you're going to have to be strong with them and keep yourself in check. As you free yourself from perhaps jealousy, perhaps, oh gosh, I'm suddenly seeing like emotional issues with this Venus card here, this like fears, working through your fears of abandonment, fears of not being successful, fears in this relationship. And I think you're being told that this relationship is actually very protected, if it is a relationship, and staying strong, not letting this devil energy, whatever bedevils you, carry you away. And it's your future. This is the outcome, is you're going to have to be strong, maybe for longer than you want. All right. Well, I mean, if we were just strong for as long as we felt like it, it wouldn't be strength, right? If you just lift your weights for until you kind of, oh, well, I'm bored of that, but you got to, in order to gain strength, you have to lift your weights for a little longer than what feels comfortable. And that's the same with inner strength and sticking with something. Yeah. All right. And then auspicious omens. Oh, ladybug. This is one of my faves. Ladybug. It's just little. It's just a little message. It's a little lady. I like this little lady with romance here with this Venus, the goddess lady and the little lady. The little lady here. Ladybug, beloved ladybug, lands nearby to remind you about happiness and positive change. Okay. So believe in the impossible, happiness, and positive change. And you might be encouraged by, sometimes we can look at what other people are experiencing and we can feel jealous, but we can also feel inspired and encouraged and like, oh, look what happened for them. Maybe that will happen for me too. So remember, positive change can happen. It may take you a little bit longer than what you were thinking with the strength card here, but positive change. So remembering to remain playful and engaged and positive when we're looking down the barrel at some changes. It's not, the changes aren't here now, but we might be looking at them. So I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining me here. I very much appreciate it. I do personal readings. You can connect with me in all of the information in the description box below. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Love you.